All right, starting lesson 1.9, angle pair relationships. Two angles are complementary. All right, if their measures add up to 90 degrees. Two angles are supplementary. All right, if their measures add up to 180 degrees. Now, one way I've had students remember the difference between these two is I just ask them, if you're walking and someone calls you from behind, you turn around, right? You turn around, you do a complete 180, and you say what? You say sup. So that's one way to remember it. If it works for you, great. All right, example 1. Name a pair of complementary angles and a pair of supplementary angles. Answers may vary. All right, complementary means they add up to 90. So these two angles here add up to 90. So I would say angle RTS and angle VWU. All right, then supplementary angles. I have 150 degrees here and 30 degrees. So I have angle QTS and angle VWU. All right, for part B, complementary angles. Two angles that add up to 90. So you're not just going to state one angle. It has to be two angles that add up to either 90 or 180. So two angles that add up to 90. All right, well, this is 90 right here. So on the other side, that must be 90 as well. So these two angles here add up to 90. So it's going to be angle GLH and angle HLJ. All right, and then for supplementary, well, this is 90 here, and this is 90. So they add up to 180. So it'd be angle GLJ and angle JLK. Alrighty. For example 2, it says angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary. That means they add up to 90 degrees. Given measurement of angle 1 is 50, find measurement of angle 2. So measurement of angle 1 plus measurement of angle 2 is 90 degrees. They tell you 1 is 50. All right, so all you have to do is subtract. And measurement of angle 2 is 40 degrees. Done. All right, let's do another one. A and B are supplementary. They add up to 180. So measurement of angle A plus measurement of angle B is equal to 180 degrees. So 110 plus measurement of angle B is equal to 180. Subtract 110, and measurement of angle B is equal to 70 degrees. Done. All right, example 3. A and B are complementary, and B and C are supplementary. Okay, so A and B add up to 90, but B and C add up to 180. Okay, so measurement of angle A is 30 degrees. I know measurement of angle A plus measurement of angle B is 90. So I have 30 plus measurement angle B equals 90. Subtract 30. And measurement angle B is equal to 60. All right, 60 degrees. All right, then if I want to figure out C, I'm going to have measurement angle B plus measurement angle C is equal to 180. Then I have 60 plus measurement of angle C is equal to 180. Subtract 60, and measurement of angle C is equal to 120. Done. All right, let's do another example. Here I have measurement angle C is 100 degrees, so I'm going to work backwards. I know measurement angle B plus measuring angle C is 180. So C is 100. All right, subtract 100. And measurement of angle B is equal to 80 degrees. All right, then for the next one, I have measurement angle A plus measurement angle B is equal to 90. I just figured out that B is 80. So subtract 80. And measurement angle A is equal to 10. All right, all done with that one. Example 4. Angle C is a complement of angle D. Find measurement of angle C. All right, complement. It means that if you add it on to D, you get 90 degrees. All right, so these add up to 90. So now I have 4x minus 2 is equal to 90. I add 2. I get 4x is equal to 92. Divide by 4. And x is equal to 23. All right, take the x and I plug it in for measurement of angle C. So I got 3 times 23 plus 2. So I have 69 plus 2, I end up with 71. 71 degrees for measurement angle C. Degrees. Okay. Part B, it's a supplement, so they add up to 180 degrees. So 2x minus 20 plus 3x plus 5 equals 180. All right, so add these up. I got 5x. I got negative 15. Add 15. I got 5x is equal to 195. Divide by 5, and x is equal to 39. So I take the x now, and I plug it in for what? What am I trying to find? B. All right, so I have measurement angle B is equal to 3 times 39 plus 5. That is 117 plus 5. And measurement of angle B is equal to 122 degrees. Done. All right, two angles are vertical angles if their sides are formed by two intersecting lines. All right, we have two lines that intersect, but they do not share a side in common. Vertical angles are equal in measure. All right, so angle 1 and angle 3 are vertical angles. These are vertical angles. They are equal to each other. And these angles are vertical angles. They are equal to each other. Okay? They're equal to each other. All right, so it's going to be very important to know what vertical angles are and to be able to identify them. All right, two angles are a linear pair if they share a side in common and their non-common sides form a straight angle. Angles that form a linear pair are supplementary or add up to 180 degrees. All right, so here we have two angles. We have this side in common, and their non-common sides form a straight line, right? So these two angles combined add up to 180 degrees. Okay? Making a complete 180. All right, they're known as a linear pair. Once again, they add up to 180 degrees. So with vertical angles, it doesn't necessarily mean up and down. all right, just means they're across from each other. All right, here, across from each other. All right, and they're equal. Vertical angles are equal. For a linear pair, they add up to 180 degrees. All right, let's do some examples now. Use the figure at the right to answer true or false for the following questions. 1 and 3 are vertical angles. 1 and 3. These are vertical angles. All right, formed by two lines that intersect. They're equal in measure. That's true. All right, how about the next one? Then we have 5 and 3 are vertical angles. 5 and 3 are vertical angles. Okay, now some students get really confused by this. So watch this. Here's one side to angle 3. And then as the line continues, it should be a side to angle 5. All right, that's true. Now here's one, or I should say, the other side to angle 3. If I continue it, it should be the other side to angle 5. Is it? No, it's not. So that's false. Okay. And now we have 5 and 4. 5 and 4 are vertical angles. All right. Definitely not. False. Then you have 1 and 2 are vertical angles. 1 and 2 are vertical angles. Those are not vertical angles. All right, then we have 1 and 2 are a linear pair. Yes, 1 and 2 are a linear pair. They form a line together. Okay, so that's true. And then we have 2 and 3. 2 and 3, are they a linear pair? Yeah, they form a line together. That's true. And then we have 1 and 4 are a linear pair. 1 and 4. All right, now do they share a side in common, these two angles? Here's 1, and here's 4. All right, there's no overlap. They don't share a side in common. So those are not a linear pair. They have this essentially like a gap in between. All right, that angle 5. So a lot of students confuse this particular problem. 1 and 4 are not a linear pair. Alrighty, so that's false. And 1 and 5 are a linear pair. 1 and 5. Now they don't form a line together, so that's false. All right, a couple examples now. Working with numerical values. Given measurement of angle 1 is 50 degrees. Okay, this is 50 degrees. Determine 2, 3, and 4. Measurement of angle 2, measurement of angle 3, and measurement of angle 4. So measurement of angle 1 is 50 degrees. So I'm trying to figure out 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now these are vertical angles. So measurement of angle 3 is 50 degrees. And measurement of angle 2, what's that going to be? Well, what do you know about these two angles combined? All right, they form a linear pair, so they add up to 180 degrees. So 50 minus 180 is 130. All right, so that's 130. And then these are vertical angles. Vertical angles, so that's 130 degrees. All right, if you're confused with this at all, make sure to ask for help because this is going to come up all over the place. All right, part B, determine the value of A, B, C, D, E, and F. All right, that's 142 degrees, so that must be 142 degrees because they're vertical angles. So C is equal to 142. And we have A, what's A going to be? Well, these two add up to 180. So 180 minus 142 is 38. And B is also going to be 38. Okay. And what comes next? Let's see what we have here. We have this is 53 degrees here. And these are vertical angles. So E is going to be 53. And what's next? All right, well, we're going to have to do a little math to figure out D. If this is a right angle here, then this must also be a right angle. So I have to do 90 minus 53, and then I get D. So D is equal to 90 minus 53. So that's going to be 37. All right, and if D is 37, then F must also be 37 because they're vertical angles. Okay. And that's it. We found everything. All right, we're done. All right, so complementary is 90. Supplementary means 180. That the angles add up to those values. And then for vertical angles, they're equal to each other. And for linear pairs, their angles add up to 180 degrees. If you have any questions, make sure to ask. Begin the assignment.